Meet Alex Thompson, a kind-hearted billionaire who built his empire from nothing. He grew up in a small town in Nigeria, where he learned the value of hard work and helping others. Alex always believed in treating people with kindness and empathy, even when life was tough. He moved to Lagos, the busy city full of lights and dreams, and started a tech company that made apps to help farmers sell their crops better. His company grew big, and soon he had more money than he could count. But Alex never forgot his roots. He gave money to schools and hospitals, and he always smiled at everyone he met. Now, picture this, one dark night in his huge mansion on Victoria Island, Alex woke up to strange sounds. He tiptoed down the hall, his heart pounding like a drum. He peeked into the guest room where his fiancée, Emily Carter, was supposed to be sleeping with her big fluffy dog, Max. What he saw made his blood turn cold. Emily was in bed, not just cuddling Max like she always did, but doing something secret and wrong with the dog. Alex's eyes went wide. He couldn't believe it. This was why she was always with Max, never letting him out of her sight. But as he watched in shock, he heard her whisper words that sounded like a chant from some old group. Was there more to this? Just as he was about to burst in, Emily turned her head toward the door. Did she see him? What would happen next? Alex rubbed his eyes, thinking back to how it all started. It was 2 years ago in Lagos. Alex was at a charity event for kids without homes. He wore a simple suit, not flashy like other rich people. That's where he met Emily. She had long brown hair and a smile that lit up the room. Emily said she worked for a group that helped animals, and she had Max with her, a golden retriever with soft fur and big eyes. Alex liked how she cared for animals. It reminded him of his mom, who always fed stray dogs back in his village. They talked all night. Emily shared stories about rescuing pets, and Alex told her about his company. He felt a spark, like fireworks in his chest. You're different, she said. Most rich guys are mean, but you're kind. Alex blushed. He asked her out for coffee the next day. From there, their love grew fast. They went on dates to the beach, ate jollof rice at local spots, and danced under the stars. Alex showed empathy by listening to her dreams. Emily wanted to start her own animal shelter. He promised to help. But there were small signs Alex missed at first. Emily was always with Max. She took him everywhere, even to fancy dinners. He's my lucky charm, she'd say with a laugh. Alex thought it was cute. He bought toys for Max and even let him sleep in their bed sometimes. Low moments came when Emily seemed distant. Like when Alex planned a surprise trip to Abuja, but she said no because Max couldn't come. I can't leave him, she insisted. Alex felt a little hurt but pushed it away. He believed in kindness, so he didn't push her. As months passed, Alex proposed. He got down on one knee at a park in Ikoyi, with the sun setting over the water. Emily said yes, tears in her eyes. They planned a big wedding. Alex's friends were happy, but his best friend, Mike, warned him. Something's off about her and that dog, Mike said. Alex laughed it off. You're just jealous, he joked. But deep down, a tiny doubt grew. Life was good, with highs like when Alex's company won a big award. He threw a party, and Emily was there, shining like a star. She danced with him, and Max sat nearby, wagging his tail. Lows came too, like when Emily got secretive about her phone. She'd hide it when he walked in. Work stuff, she'd say. Alex trusted her because trust was part of empathy. One day, they visited Alex's old village. He wanted to show her where he came from. The villagers welcomed them with songs and food. Emily seemed happy, but she clung to Max. A wise old woman pulled Alex aside. Watch that one, she whispered. Some people seek power in dark ways. Alex didn't understand. He thought she was just old and superstitious. Back in Lagos, things got busier. Alex worked long hours, but he always made time for Emily. He built a special room for Max in the mansion, with toys and a big bed. Emily thanked him with hugs. But at night, she'd slip away to that room. Alex thought she was just checking on the dog. Then came a low point. Alex got sick with a fever. Emily took care of him, bringing soup and medicine. I love you, she said. Alex felt warm inside. He shared stories from his childhood, about how kindness from a neighbor helped him through hard times. Always be kind, even when hurt, he told her. Emily nodded, but her eyes looked far away. As he got better, suspense built. Strange things happened. Alex found odd symbols drawn in the dirt outside, like circles with stars. "Kids playing," Emily said. But Alex wondered. He started paying more attention. One evening, they had a fight. Alex wanted to adopt a child someday, but Emily said no. "Max is enough," she snapped. Alex felt heartbroken. Was their love real? He apologized, showing empathy. "I understand if you're not ready," he said. Days turned to weeks. Alex planned their honeymoon to the US, but Emily hesitated. "What about Max?" she asked. Alex suggested a pet sitter. She agreed, but looked worried. Then, a high moment, Alex surprised her with a diamond necklace. Emily cried happy tears. They kissed, and for a while, everything felt perfect. But lows followed. Alex overheard Emily on the phone. "The ritual must continue," she whispered. "Ritual? What did that mean?" He didn't ask, not wanting to spy. Suspense grew as wedding plans went on. Invites went out, cakes were tasted. Alex's heart raced with excitement. One night, Alex couldn't sleep. He heard noises from the guest room. Creaking bed, whispers. He got up quietly. Heart thumping, he crept closer. The door was ajar. Inside, dim light from a lamp. Emily was there, with Max. Not just petting him, but something intimate and forbidden. Alex's stomach twisted. She murmured words, "For the power of the circle." "What circle?" As he stared, frozen, Emily shifted. Her eyes met the door. A gasp escaped her lips. What would Alex do now? Would he confront her, or was there more to uncover? Alex's whole body went stiff in the dark hallway. The air felt thick, like he couldn't breathe. Emily's eyes locked on the crack in the door, and for one long second, everything was silent except the soft panting of Max. Then Emily smiled, a slow, calm smile that made Alex's skin crawl, and whispered, "Come in, darling. We've been waiting for you." Alex's legs felt like jelly, but he pushed the door open. The room smelled strange, like candles and something sweet and old. There were red marks drawn on the floor in a big circle around the bed. Emily sat up, pulling a silk robe around her, not looking ashamed at all. Max just wagged his tail and licked her hand. What is this?" Alex's voice came out small and shaky. Emily tilted her head. "This is power, Alex. Real power. The kind money can't buy." She patted the bed beside her. "Sit. Let me explain." Alex didn't sit. He backed up until he hit the wall. His heart was breaking into a million pieces. The woman he loved, the one he wanted to marry, had been doing something sick and secret with her dog. And now she was talking about it like it was normal. Emily sighed, like he was a child who didn't understand. "Max isn't just a dog. He's my familiar. The circle chose him for me. Every time I join with him, I grow stronger. Richer. Luckier. That's why your company keeps winning awards. That's why you became a billionaire so fast. I've been helping you." Alex felt sick. "You used that to make me rich?" "Not just that," Emily said, standing up. She walked toward him slowly. "I belong to the confraternity of the eternal flame. We've been in Nigeria for hundreds of years, hidden in plain sight. Politicians, musicians, even some pastors, they all come to us for power. The price is simple, loyalty and the sacred bonding with a familiar. The stronger the bond, the greater the power." Alex's mind raced. All those times she disappeared at night. The strange symbols he found. The way money and deals always came easy lately. Was it all because of this evil thing? "You lied to me," he whispered. Tears started in his eyes. "I loved you. I trusted you." Emily reached out to touch his face, but he jerked away. "Love is sweet, Alex, but power is forever. You're kind and good, that's why I picked you. Kind people are easy to guide. I was going to bring you into the circle after the wedding. You would have had everything, more money, longer life, protection from enemies." Alex shook his head hard. "I don't want it. Not like this." Emily's smile faded. Her eyes turned cold. "You can't just walk away. Once you know, you join, or you don't leave." A chill ran down Alex's back. He looked at Max, who was now sitting very still, staring at him with bright eyes. The dog growled low in his throat. Alex turned and ran. He bolted down the hall, down the stairs, out the front door into the warm Lagos night. The guards at the gate looked surprised, but he shouted, "Open it," and they did. He jumped into his car and sped away, tires screaming on the road. He drove with no plan, just away. Tears blurred the streetlights. How could he have been so blind? All his kindness, all his empathy, he had given it to someone who used darkness to get ahead. His chest hurt like someone had punched him. After an hour, he pulled over near the beach in Lekki. The waves crashed loud in the dark. He sat on the sand and cried like a little boy. He thought about calling the police, but who would believe a story like this? A secret society that used dogs for power? They would laugh at him. His phone rang. It was Emily. He let it ring and ring. Then a text came, "Come home, baby. We can fix this. I love you." Alex threw the phone into the sand. Love? That wasn't love. That was control. The rest of the night was quiet and low. Alex checked into a small hotel under a fake name. He didn't sleep. He kept seeing Emily's calm face, hearing her words about the circle. He remembered the old woman in his village who warned him. Why didn't he listen? Morning came slow. Alex drank coffee and tried to think clearly. He couldn't go home. His mansion wasn't safe anymore. He called his best friend Mike, the only person he trusted completely. Mike answered sleepy. "Alex? It's 6 in the morning, man." "I need help," Alex said, voice cracking. "Emily, she's in something bad. Really bad. A cult. They do terrible things for power." Mike woke up fast. "I knew something was wrong with her. I'm coming. Where are you?" They met at a quiet cafe in Ikeja. Alex told Mike everything, well, almost everything. He left out the worst details about the dog because it hurt too much to say out loud. Mike listened, face getting angrier and angrier. "That explains the weird stuff I saw," Mike said. "Last month at your party, I caught her in the garden with some people in black robes. They stopped talking when I got close." Alex felt even worse. "Why didn't you tell me? I didn't have proof. Thought I was imagining things." They sat in silence for a while. Then Mike said, "You need to protect yourself. These confraternities are dangerous. They have members everywhere, police, judges, even banks." Alex nodded. For the first time, his kindness felt like weakness. He had always believed people were good deep down. But Emily showed him some people choose darkness on purpose. The day passed slowly. Alex moved money to new accounts only he could touch. He hired a private driver he trusted from his village days. He stayed away from his office, working from the hotel laptop. In the afternoon, flowers arrived at the hotel, big red roses with a card, "I'm sorry. Let's talk." Alex threw them in the trash. But his heart still hurt. He missed the Emily he thought he knew, the one who laughed at his jokes and held his hand. Evening came. Alex and Mike ate dinner in the hotel room, talking plans. Mike said, "You should leave Nigeria for a while. Go to America like you always wanted. Start fresh." Alex thought about it. He had a visa and properties in Atlanta. Maybe running was smart. But part of him burned with anger. Emily had used him. She had taken his love and twisted it. Was running away kind, or weak? Night fell. Alex stood on the hotel balcony, looking at the city lights. His phone buzzed again, a message from an unknown number. A photo loaded slowly. It was his mansion, but from inside. Someone had taken a picture of his bedroom, his side of the bed. Under it, words, "We know where you are. Come home, or we come to you." Alex's blood turned to ice. They were watching him. The confraternity wasn't going to let him go. Just then, he heard a soft knock on the hotel door. Mike was in the bathroom. Alex froze. The knock came again, gentle but firm. A woman's voice called through the door, sweet and familiar. "Alex? It's me. Open the door. I just want to talk." It was Emily. How did she find him so fast? What was she planning to do? Alex stood frozen on the other side of the hotel door, his hand hovering over the handle. Mike was still in the bathroom, the shower was running. Emily's voice came again, soft and sweet like it used to be when they first met. "Alex, please. I know you're scared, but I'm alone. I just want to explain everything properly. I love you." Every word felt like a knife twisting in his chest. Love? After what he saw. After what she admitted. But a tiny part of him, the part that still remembered her laughter on the beach, her hand in his, wanted to believe her. He pressed his back against the door and whispered, "How did you find me?" A short pause. Then a light laugh. Darling, the circle sees everything. But that's not important. Open the door. 5 minutes. If you still want me to leave after that, I'll go. I promise. Alex looked toward the bathroom. The shower stopped. Mike would be out any second. He didn't want Emily and Mike in the same room. He didn't know what she was capable of now. He made a decision. He unlocked the door but left the chain on, opening it only a few inches. Emily stood there in a simple white dress, no makeup, hair loose around her shoulders. Max was not with her. She looked small and sad, eyes red like she had been crying. See? I came alone, she said gently. No Max. No one else. Alex's throat felt tight. Say what you have to say from there. Emily nodded. She took a deep breath. I know what I do looks evil to you. I know it hurts you. But it's not evil, it's ancient. It's nature. In the old days, before churches and mosques told us what was right and wrong, people understood that power comes from joining with the spirit world. Animals carry pure energy. The bond gives strength, protection, long life. I never hurt Max, he loves it as much as I do. He's happy. Alex felt anger rising. That doesn't make it right. You lied to me every day. I didn't lie, she said softly. I just didn't tell you everything yet. I was waiting until after the wedding, when you were ready. Many powerful men in Nigeria do the same or worse for success. Some use human blood. I chose the gentle way, with love and pleasure, not pain. Alex shook his head. I don't want power that way. I built my company with hard work and kindness, not that. Emily stepped closer to the door crack. But don't you see? The kindness you're so proud of, it only took you so far. The real money, the big contracts, the awards, that started after I came into your life. I gave you that. I can give you more. We can rule together, Alex. No one would ever hurt us. Your enemies would disappear. Your children would be kings. I don't want children raised in darkness, he said. Emily's face changed for a second, something cold flashed in her eyes, then disappeared. You're a good man, Alex. Too good, maybe. That's why I fell in love with you. But goodness alone doesn't protect you in this country. People are jealous. They will come for your money, your name. Let me protect you. Just then, Mike came out of the bathroom in a towel. He saw the door open and Emily's face. What the? Alex, close it. Emily smiled at Mike. Hello, Mike. Always the loyal dog. Mike's face went red. Get away from him, witch. Emily didn't even blink. She looked back at Alex. I'll give you 1 day to think. Come home tomorrow night. Bring Mike if you want, he can watch and learn. If you don't come, the circle will decide you're a threat. And threats don't live long. She turned and walked down the hallway, calm and graceful, like she was leaving a normal conversation. Mike slammed the door and locked it. We're leaving this hotel now. Tonight. They packed fast and checked out. Alex's driver took them to a different hotel in Victoria Island, one owned by a friend who owed Alex a favor. The friend promised no one would know they were there. The next day was quiet and heavy, a low point. Alex and Mike stayed in the room most of the time. Alex couldn't eat. He kept seeing Emily's face, hearing her words. Part of him hated her, but part of him still ached with heartbreak. He had planned a whole life with her, children, growing old, helping people together. Now it was all poison. Mike tried to cheer him up. They watched football on TV and ordered pizza. Mike told old stories from university, when Alex helped him pay school fees with his first small earnings. You've always been kind, man, Mike said. That's your real power. Don't let her twist that. Alex nodded, but inside he felt weak. He called his mother in the village. He didn't tell her everything, just that the wedding was off. His mother cried but said, God will send you a better woman, my son. Kind heart always wins in the end. Night came slow. Alex stood by the window, watching the city. He thought about running to America tomorrow. He could sell the company quietly, start over. But something inside him burned. Emily and her circle thought they could scare him, use him, throw him away. All his life he had been kind, but kindness didn't mean being soft. He turned to Mike. I'm not running. Mike looked worried. What are you thinking? I'm going home tomorrow night. But not to join them. To end this. Mike stared. That's suicide. They're dangerous. I have a plan, Alex said. His voice was steady for the first time since that night. "I've been kind my whole life. Now I'll be smart." The rest of the night, they talked quietly. Alex remembered things he had ignored, names Emily mentioned in her sleep, places she went late at night, strange deposits in old bank records he once saw by accident. He made phone calls to people he trusted, old friends in government, a journalist who owed him, even a pastor who fought cults. By morning, pieces were in place. The day passed with small highs and lows. Money moved silently. Documents were copied. A hidden camera was placed in the mansion by a loyal staff member who hated Emily's attitude. Evening came. Alex dressed in simple clothes. Mike wanted to come, but Alex said no. "If something happens to me, you tell the world everything." They hugged like brothers. Alex drove himself home in an old car, not the usual flashy one. The gates opened. The mansion looked the same, lights warm, garden quiet. But it felt different now. Dark. He stepped inside. Candles were lit everywhere. Soft music played. Emily waited in the living room in a red dress, smiling like nothing was wrong. 10 people stood around her, men and women in black robes, faces calm and proud. Max sat at her feet, wearing a red collar with strange symbols. "Welcome home, my love," Emily said. "You made the right choice." Alex looked around the circle of faces. Some he recognized, a famous musician, a bank manager, even a politician he once donated money to. Emily walked toward him, arms open. "Tonight you join us. Tonight you become truly powerful." She took his hand and led him toward the center of the room, where a larger circle was drawn on the marble floor in red chalk. Max stood and wagged his tail. Alex's heart pounded. He looked at Emily's beautiful face and felt the last piece of love die inside him. As they stepped into the circle, the robed people began to chant low words in a language he didn't know. Emily turned to him, eyes shining. "Kneel with me," she whispered. "Bond with Max, and everything will be yours." Alex knelt slowly. Everyone watched. The chanting grew louder. But as Emily reached to undo her dress, Alex smiled, a small, cold smile she had never seen before. He pressed a button on his phone in his pocket. Suddenly, bright lights flooded the mansion. Car doors slammed outside. Voices shouted, "Police! Nobody move!" The front doors burst open. Armed officers stormed in, followed by journalists with cameras rolling live. Emily's face twisted in shock and rage. "You betrayed us!" Alex stood up slowly. "No," he said calmly. "You betrayed me. And kindness doesn't mean I let evil win." The robed people tried to run, but the house was surrounded. Evidence, videos from hidden cameras, bank records, even recordings of Emily's own words from the night before, was already with the police and news stations. Chaos exploded. Emily screamed as officers grabbed her. Max barked wildly. Flashbulbs popped. The famous guests begged and cried, names shouted by reporters. Alex stood in the middle of it all, heart still broken, but head high. But just as the police led Emily away in handcuffs, she turned back to him. Her eyes were pure hate now. "You think this ends us?" she hissed. "The circle is bigger than you know. We have people everywhere. You will never be safe. Never." An officer pulled her out. The door slammed. Alex looked around at the broken circle on the floor, the candles knocked over. Mike ran in, face pale. "It worked, man. They're all arrested. The news is going crazy." Alex nodded, but Emily's last words echoed in his head. Was she right? Was the circle really bigger than this one house? That night, as he sat alone in a safe house, his phone rang, an unknown number. A deep voice spoke, "You made a mistake, Mr. Thompson. The eternal flame does not go out easily. Watch your back." The call ended. Alex stared at the dark window. The fight wasn't over. Someone was still coming for him. Alex dropped the phone like it was burning hot. The deep voice still echoed in his ears, "The eternal flame does not go out easily. Watch your back." He looked around the safe house, a small, quiet apartment in Surrey that belonged to an old university friend who was out of the country. Mike sat across the table, face tight with worry. "They're not finished," Alex said quietly. "That call proves it. The ones we caught tonight were just the small fish." Mike rubbed his eyes. "The news is everywhere, man. Front page tomorrow. Billionaire exposes secret cult in Lagos elite. They named the musician, the politician, big names. Police say more arrests coming. Maybe the circle is broken now. Alex shook his head. Emily warned me it's bigger. They have people in police, in government. Some of those officers tonight might even be members. The night was long and low. They barely slept. Every car sound outside made them jump. Alex kept thinking about kindness, how he had always tried to see the good in people, even Emily. Now he wondered if that goodness had almost killed him. But deep down, he still believed empathy was strength, not weakness. It was what pushed him to expose them, not for revenge, but to protect others who might fall into the same trap. Morning came with bright sun and loud headlines. Alex's phone buzzed with messages from friends, business partners, even strangers thanking him for his courage. A women's group praised him for standing against darkness. A pastor invited him to church. For a moment, it felt like a high, like the world was on his side. He and Mike watched the news in silence. Reporters stood outside the mansion gates. Video from last night played, famous faces in handcuffs, Emily screaming as she was put in a police van. The anchor called it the biggest cult exposure in Nigeria in decades. Alex felt a small lift in his chest. Maybe it really was over. Then his lawyer called. Alex, come to the station this morning. Police need your full statement. They say you're safe, they have Emily and the leaders in custody. Mike didn't like it. Trap? Alex thought hard. I have to go. If I hide forever, they win. They drove to the police headquarters in Ikeja with 2 trusted drivers in a plain car. Officers greeted Alex like a hero. The commissioner himself shook his hand. Because of you, we're cleaning house, he said. We found ritual items, bank records showing millions moved for protection. More names coming out today. In a quiet room, Alex gave his statement, every detail he could remember without breaking down. He spoke about the dog bonding, the chants, the promises of power. The female officer taking notes looked sick, but she wrote it all. After hours, they let him go. You're free, sir. Case is strong. Outside, reporters waited. Cameras flashed. A young journalist asked, Mr. Thompson, why did you do it? Many rich men would stay quiet. Alex looked straight at the camera. Because kindness means protecting people. Evil grows when good people say nothing. I lost love, but I won't lose my soul. The clip went viral. By evening, #ThankYouAlex trended across Nigeria and even abroad. That night, back in the safe house, Alex finally ate a full meal. Jollof rice and chicken from a mama put nearby. He laughed with Mike for the first time in days. It felt like the storm was passing. He called his mother. She cried happy tears. My son, God kept you for a reason. You did right. Alex slept better than he had in weeks. The next days were calmer, a long low stretch of healing. Alex stayed out of sight. He worked from laptop, guiding his company remotely. Employees sent messages of support. Sales actually went up, people wanted to support the good billionaire. He started a small foundation in secret, money to help victims of cults and scams. Giving back made his heart lighter. Empathy wasn't dead, it was growing stronger. One afternoon, he visited his village quietly. The old woman who warned him years ago was still alive. She sat under a mango tree, smiling when she saw him. You listened in the end, she said, holding his hand. Kind heart, strong spirit. You broke their chain. Alex gave her money for the village school. Children sang for him. For a few hours, he felt whole again. Back in Lagos, life slowly returned to normal. Police announced more arrests, judges, businessmen, even a university lecturer. The circle was cracking wide open. Emily and the top members stayed in prison. No bail. Trials coming soon. A month passed. Alex moved into a new, smaller house on the mainland. No big mansion anymore. He adopted a stray cat from the street, a tiny black kitten with green eyes. He named her Hope. He started dating no one. He wasn't ready. But he smiled more. He played football with kids in the neighborhood. He mentored young tech students for free. One evening, as sun set over the lagoon, Mike visited with cold drinks. You look good, man. Like the old Alex, but stronger. Alex nodded. Heartbreak hurts, but it teaches. I learned kindness isn't blind trust. It's seeing truth and still choosing good. They toasted to new beginnings. That night, Alex's phone rang again, unknown number. His stomach tightened, old fear rising. He answered carefully. Hello? A woman's voice, soft and trembling. Mr. Thompson? My name is Sarah. I was in the circle too. But I never wanted it. My family forced me when I was young. After what you did, I escaped. I have names, higher names. People even the police haven't caught yet. The real leaders. Can we meet? I want to help end this for good. Alex looked at Mike, who was listening. Mike shook his head no, trap. But Alex heard the fear in Sarah's voice. Real fear. Where are you? He asked. She gave an address, a small church in Yaba. Tomorrow night. I'll be in the back pew. Please. You're the only one who can stop them completely. Alex hung up. Heart racing again. Mike said, don't go. It's too risky. But Alex looked out at the city lights. He thought of all the others still trapped, young people lied to, promised power, losing their souls. He thought of Emily's cold eyes in that last moment. I have to go, he said. If there's a chance to finish this, I will. Kindness means helping even when it's scary. Mike sighed. Then I'm coming with you. The next night, they drove to the church. It was old and quiet, candles flickering inside. A few people prayed in front. In the back pew, a woman in a headscarf waited, face hidden. As Alex walked closer, she looked up. It was Emily. Free. Smiling that same calm, terrible smile. Officers were nowhere. The church was empty except for shadows. And from the dark corners, black-robed figures stepped out silently. Emily stood. You really are too kind, Alex. That's why you'll never win. The trap closed. The church went dead quiet except for the soft shuffle of robes. Emily stood in the center aisle, headscarf gone now, hair loose and eyes shining with victory. The black-robed figures, 12 of them, closed in from every side. Mike grabbed Alex's arm, ready to fight, but they were outnumbered. You never learn, Alex, Emily said, voice sweet like poison. Kindness makes you predictable. You heard a scared woman and came running. That's why we always win. Alex's heart pounded, but he didn't show fear. He looked around at the faces under the hoods. Some were strangers, but others, he knew them. A senior police officer who had shaken his hand days ago. A popular actress who performed at his charity events. Even the bank manager who handled his accounts. You let her out, Alex said to the police officer. You're supposed to be the law. The man shrugged. The circle is bigger than any law. Emily walked closer. Max wasn't with her tonight, no dog, just people ready to do worse things. We gave you chances, she said. Join us. Leave us. Both choices led here. Now you disappear quietly, and no one remembers the hero billionaire. Your money goes to the circle. Your name fades. Mike whispered, we can take a few. Run for the door. Alex shook his head slightly. He kept his eyes on Emily. You think power from darkness lasts forever? It eats you in the end. Look at you, beautiful outside, empty inside. Emily's smile cracked for a second. Anger flashed. One robed man stepped forward with rope. Another held a cloth that smelled strong, like medicine to make people sleep. But Alex was ready this time. He spoke loud and clear. Now. Every light in the church blazed on at once, bright floodlights from the windows, from the ceiling, even from under the pews. Hidden cameras rolled. Outside, engines roared. Dozens of police vehicles surrounded the building, real ones this time, special anti-cult team from Abuja, flown in secret. The robed people froze. The police officer's face went pale. Emily spun around. No, how? Alex held up his phone. Sarah was real. She called me this morning, after she escaped for good. She told me you'd try this church tonight. We planned it together. Every word you said just now was recorded and streamed live to news stations, police command, even social media. Mike grinned. Check your phones, people. You're trending again. Doors burst open from front and back. Officers in full gear stormed in, guns raised. Hands up. Down on the ground. Chaos exploded, but it was one-sided. The circle members dropped to their knees, hoods falling back, famous faces exposed again. The actress cried. The police officer begged. Emily stood still longest, staring at Alex like she couldn't believe it. Officers grabbed her arms. She didn't fight. She just looked at Alex with something new in her eyes, maybe respect, maybe hate, maybe both. "You win this round," she whispered as they cuffed her. "But the flame gets put out tonight," Alex finished. They led her out into flashing lights and cameras. Real journalists this time, tipped off by Sarah. The whole country would see the end of the eternal flame. Later, in a safe room, Sarah hugged Alex with tears. She was young, maybe 25, thin from running. "Thank you," she said. "My family dragged me in when I was 16. I never wanted any of it. Because of you, I'm free." Alex hugged her back gently. "You saved yourself. And you saved others." Weeks turned into months. Trials happened fast this time, no circle members left in high places to slow them down. Emily and the top leaders got long prison sentences. Bank accounts were frozen. Properties sold to pay victims. The circle died out in the open. Whispers said small groups still hid, but they had no power anymore. Young people came forward with stories, got help, started new lives. Alex's life changed too. He sold most of his company, kept enough to live well but not flashy. He moved to Atlanta, USA, like he once dreamed, quiet house, big yard, room for Hope the cat and a new rescue dog named Grace. He started a global foundation, Light Over Darkness. It helped cult survivors, taught kids about real strength, kindness, hard work, empathy. Schools in Nigeria used his story, the clean version, to show children how goodness wins. Mike visited often. They played basketball in the driveway, grilled meat, laughed about old times. One evening, Alex sat on his porch watching sunset. His phone rang, unknown number again. Old fear flickered, then faded. He answered. A soft voice, older woman. "Mr. Thompson? You don't know me. I saw your story. My son was lost to a group like that years ago. Because of what you did, he came home last week. Thank you." Alex smiled, eyes wet. "Tell him welcome home. And tell him kindness brought him back." He hung up and looked at the sky turning pink and gold. Heartbreak had cracked him open, but something stronger grew inside, real power, the kind no ritual could give. He thought of Emily sometimes, alone in her cell. He didn't hate her anymore. He felt sorry for her. She chased shadows and lost the light. Alex stood up, called Grace for a walk. The dog ran happy circles around him. Life wasn't perfect. He still woke some nights remembering betrayal. But mornings came bright, full of new chances to be kind. And that was enough. Years later, people told the story of the billionaire who lost love but found courage. Children learned it in school: be kind, be brave, and darkness can't win. Alex Thompson lived quietly, helped many, loved again one day, a real love, simple and true. And the eternal flame? It went out forever. The end.